Hello, Regina from the Salty Remnant here. No sleeping babies right now, so I don't have to whisper. Um, I was listening to the song God Brought Me Out by Z from Kingdom Music. Don't know if you've heard of them. A really awesome group of guys, very big on discipleship and just teaching the Word of God. But he was sharing a bit of his personal testimony, and I was listening to that, and it reminded me of what I had read, and I came across in Deuteronomy chapter 6, or Moses had wrote about just not to forget how the Lord had taken the people out of slavery, out of Egypt, and just delivered them. And so I was thinking about just parts of my testimony, looking back and remembering just some of the things that the Lord has brought me out of and kept me out of. Um, there were so many things, depression and anxiety that had been weighing on me, and it was to a point where I was so afraid to even just go to sleep. I would stay up so late to the point where I would just get exhausted and just crash. And I'd have like night terrors, and the Lord, He just delivered me from all those things. I can fall asleep peacefully now, and there's no night terrors. There's no fear when the enemy tries to throw fear my way. The Lord just He just helps combat those things with simply His truth and with who He has made me to be. I was looking back and thinking about sickness, infirmity. The Lord delivered me from infirmity. I used to go to the doctor, and I'd have pain in just different areas of my body, not even the same areas. I go to the doctors, and they wouldn't be able to pinpoint where it started, what it was, didn't have a cure for it, a name. It was just something different. A lot of times, doctors would try to convince me there's actually nothing there. So we went through that. We went through my family and I. They just watched me go through times where I was just in bed for months, couldn't get out, just different pains and just strange things that used to happen with my skin. Like I'd get little lesions on my skin, just stuff that I couldn't explain and no one could explain. And the Lord just delivered and healed me from those things that I have not. It's supernatural healing. I don't have to struggle with those things anymore. Sorry, you hear my children in the background. They're building with blocks, and some of them throwing some blocks. Um, but there were just times where doubts and insecurity was such a major thing, and I didn't know who I was. For the longest time, I would always question the Lord, just my purpose in life. There were things that I knew I was good at, but none of those things had really brung me fulfillment. Worked different jobs. I was just interested in different things and education, and it just took a while. And then one day the Lord would start to speak to me in my dreams, and He'd send prophets to confirm some of the things that I was hearing from Him, but not quite understanding. And just help to just set me in just the right direction, the Lord. Like I said before in another video, that He gives the blueprint, and He would just show me things, and just in the beginning I didn't quite have a language for it, but He would help me to understand. Like he'd give me the vision, and He would send others for me to learn His word from, to help me to have just understanding in those areas. So doubt went, insecurities went, depression, fear, infirmity went. There were things that, I struggled with in a family. It wasn't just me. And the Lord just showed me just how to have freedom in those areas. And there was a while after getting delivered from certain things that I just felt so brand new, but I had to learn what it was that brought me joy again, and learn just some of the things that brought me excitement, because I changed so much. Those desires had changed. And so the Lord he just really shed a lot of light in those areas, and areas where I didn't feel confident in. Just speaking, I used to be so quiet. People didn't recognize me. There are certain people that would probably see me every day and not even notice me, never heard me speak. People would call me like the church mouse. I'd get just made fun of sometimes for being so quiet and shy, but the Lord had taken those things away, and that was actually one of the first things that He worked on with me, just timidity. And I wouldn't talk to nobody, really, like outside of my family and a small select group of friends. Nobody really knew me or anything about me, because I was just so it was nice to just have the Lord take that muzzle off. I wouldn't even pray, like even in church. People just, I don't know anyone who'd probably remember praying with me. Times I used to I had to cry or get up and just walk out the back, and nobody would even notice. So it just thinking about those things. We're coming to the end of the year and just reflecting a lot, and the Lord is so good. just the just the all the all the things He's pulled me out of. And when I say kept me out of, there was experiencing the Lord in that way. There was definitely no turning back to a life without Jesus. A life without Jesus, there was no life. I remember I didn't even smile in pictures. People used to ask me if I was crying, and no, I paid to take this picture. Like, why would I be crying? I'm happy. But my face was more like a frown, and grief, and all sorts of heaviness and things. He just took those things away, and He just filled my days with purpose and laughter and a life that just wasn't there. So I say all this in hopes that whoever is struggling with things, thinking that there is no way out, there is definitely hi pumpkin, you say hi. There is definitely a way out. Jesus, he's everything. He's everything. So come on, pumpkin. So I just wanted to share that. Some of the things that the Lord is. Oh no, pumpkin! I'm not even gonna edit this out. But there may be a part 2 to this. But I just wanted to share that, and I'll be back with just some more. But I wanted to share that, and I'll post some of the scriptures at the bottom. So I pray that as we get closer to next year, those of you will just reflect on some of the things the Lord has done in your life. We better end this soon, but thanks for listening, and tune in next time. If you have any prayer requests, you can message me at Regina at the saltyremnant.shop. Love you, bye!